How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I'm back for another comic book video. Now, on my last two videos, I did Marvel's top 20 heroes from the Golden Age. So now, I'm going to do DC's top 20 heroes from the Golden Age. Now, a lot of the heroes that DC still uses today came out of the Golden Age. The Golden Age and the Bronze Age is when DC really started coming out the gate with what they had. Now, where these heroes appear on the list does not rank me saying, oh, this hero is bad, that's why he's 15 or he's 20. There are a lot of heroes that can go on the list. So, appearing on my top 20 list shows you the respect that I paid to these characters. Now, I'm trying this video as the first video to include music in the background, and if this goes successful enough, will be a continuing theme. So, I am going to present the first part of this two-parter video of DC's top 20 heroes with number 20 to 11. Now, the first three characters that are going to appear on this list, 20, 19, and 18, are all kids, but are also all heroes. Coming in at number 20, Speedy, Roy Harper, first appeared in War Fun Comics number 73 in 1941. Speedy never knew his mother and lost his father, who was a forest ranger, when he was only 2. His father died while rescuing some Navajos from a major fire on the reservation. The shaman of the Navajo tribe decided to go ahead and raise Roy Harper to honor his father's sacrifice. The shaman Bravebow noticed that Roy Harper was extremely attuned with archery and decided to help train his skill. As he got older, Green Arrow was visiting the reservation to join an archery contest. After he caught a glimpse of Speedy's skill, and after he helped him thwart a crime, Speedy then became the ward of Green Arrow, and they worked together for many years after that. Speedy's skill is he's a master marksman, he's a master at martial arts, he's an avid investigator, and he also knows a martial arts style known as Mi Ging Gong. Hope I'm saying that right. Where he can use virtually any object around him as a projectile. Coming in number 19, Robin, Dick Grayson, who would later become Nightwing, but we're covering him right now as Robin, first appeared in Detective Comics number 38 in 1940. Robin's history is he was part of a circus act known as the Flying Graysons. When the circus owner refused to pay protection money to a gangster named Tony Zuko, Tony Zuko sabotaged the Flying Graysons' performance by dismantling the net. This would cause Dick Grayson's parents to plummet to their death. After the performance was over, we discovered that Bruce Wayne was in the audience, and he noticed a similar tragedy in his own life of how he lost his own parents. He would later take Robin in as his ward and train him to channel the anger that he had towards Danny Zuko. At the time that he became Robin, he was a skilled acrobat. He was a master of disguise and martial arts. He specialized in boxing and jiu-jitsu. He was an avid investigator. He knew how to use a lot of weapons just by picking them up and using them. He knew the law very well, was a trained swordsman, and he also knew medicine, which was good because he was able to mend Batman whenever he would get himself in scrapes or cuts. Coming in at number 18, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, first appeared in Whiz Comics number 2 in 1940. The interesting thing about Captain Marvel is he is not originally part of the DC Universe. He is part of Fawcett Publication, which made the Whiz Comics among many more. Later on, when DC would acquire Fawcett Publication, they made Captain Marvel part of their universe. Captain Marvel, or Billy Batson, was an orphan child and was chosen by Shazam to be the champion of good. When he would say the wizard's name, he would be imbued with the power of 6 legendary Greek figures. He would later share his power with Mary Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr., which would begin the Marvel family. Now, as I said, he would say the name Shazam and get the power of 6 figures. S. Solomon Wisdom, H. Hercules Strength, A. Atlas Stamina, Z. Zeus Power, A. Achilles Courage, Mercury M. Speed. He also had accelerated hearing and clairvoyance. He was highly intelligent, had an eidetic memory. He was multilingual, which means he could speak multiple languages, and he could fly. Now, a majority of the DC characters would be the proficient battler of the putative arts, or many of the martial arts, if it wasn't for number 17 on this list. Coming in at number 17, Wildcat. Wildcat, Ted Grant. First appeared in Sensation Comics number 1 in 1942. Ted Grant was an orphan and took up heavyweight boxing. When his mentor, Shocker Smith, was killed by a boxing glove loaded with poison by the managers Flint and Skinner, Ted Grant was accused of the crime. Flint and Skinner, afraid that Ted might know what happened, put a hit on him. The policemen that were escorting Grant died, but Ted survived. Ted was then a fugitive from the law. Inspired by some comic books to bring these criminals to justice, he made a costume that resembled a cat and went by the name Wildcat. He would bring Flint and Skinner to justice and clear his name. He would continue as a crime fighter with the name of Wildcat. Ted Grant has the power of resurrection. He can come back a total of 9 times and keep doing this as long as he doesn't die 9 times in the cycle. He has decelerated aging and enhanced vision. He has advanced hand-to-hand combat training in the putative arts, which is boxing. He has also trained Batman, Batgirl, Catwoman, Black Canary, and Superman, all how to box. He also gets around on an Indian stunt motorcycle. Now, number 16 and number 15, they go straight out of the realm of science and technology and use magic. Coming in at number 16, Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate, Naboo, and his host, Kent Nelson, first appeared in More Fun Comics number 55 in 1940. While Kent Nelson and his father were excavating a tomb, a booby trap went off that was set up by Naboo's previous host to get Naboo to have a new host, and he became the new host for Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate, realizing his potential, decided to teach him in the way of the magic. He revealed that he was an agent of the Lords of Order and their never-ending battle to defeat the Lords of Chaos. Dr. Fate's powers are magic. Some of the things that he is capable of is astral projection, chrononesis, dimensional travel, energy resistance, healing, illusion casting, hypnosis, and that's just to name a few. Kent Nelson does not always need to be Dr. Fate. Kent Nelson himself possesses some magical abilities, such as immortality, invulnerability, telekinesis, enhanced strength, and flight. Coming in at number 15 is Spectre. Spectre, Aztar, first appeared in More Fun Comics number 52 in 1940. Aztar was part of the rebellion in Paradise that was orchestrated by Lucifer. After Lucifer and his army fell, Aztar was cast down with them. Aztar started to regret his part in the rebellion and not want to be in hell any longer, went before the presence asking for the forgiveness and would accept any punishment given to him. The presence, God, decided that Aztar would be merged with the divine wrath. When these two became merged together, they created the Spectre Force. The Spectre Force need a human host to be able to do the things that he does on Earth. His first host that was categorized was Jim Corrigan. Now, the Spectre has some amazing abilities. He is near omnipotent and he possesses the divine wrath, which he uses against truly the most evil people. He has the ability to alter reality. He is near omniscient and he is immortal. He has studied occultism. He is an expert at intimidation. The only thing that can destroy the Spectre Force is a powerful magic that is even more powerful than him. One of those things being the Spear of Destiny. The only limitations that the Spectre has is any limitation set up by God. But there is no force besides God that is more powerful than the Spectre. Now, number 14, 13, and 12 all had their own way of fighting the forces of evil and truly exemplified what it meant to be a hero. Coming in at number 14, Hourman. Hourman first appeared in Adventure Comics number 48 in 1940. Rex Tyler grew up in upstate New York. He had an affinity for science. He worked his way through college, which afterwards he landed himself in a lab that studied vitamins and hormone supplements. That's when he came up with a miracle drug that he called Moralco. What it would do is it would give him superhuman powers for an hour, which afterwards he would have to rest for 24 hours before he could take it again. He decided that with these abilities he would put it to use fighting crime. Now, when he would take the Moralco, and again, I hope I'm saying this right, it would give him superhuman strength, durability, superhuman stamina, and agility. It would give him night vision, which would be the ability to see at night, and it also allowed him to breathe underwater. He also carried around a tear gas ring, which was a ring that emitted gas, which could either knock out or subdue the enemies that he was facing. Coming in number 13, Sandman. Sandman Wesley Dodds first appeared in New York's World's Fair comic number 1 in 1939. Wesley Dodds' mother would die while he was a child and his father was off in World War I. After the war was over, he and his father would tour the Orient, where Sandman would learn a variety of his skills, such as martial arts. When his father would die just before World War II started, he inherited a small fortune where he would get himself a gas mask and a gun that could release sleeping gas to knock out his enemies. He is a founding member of the Justice Society. Later, he would develop a skill of prophetic dreaming where he could see murders and criminals' activities happening, and when he would awake, it would help him zero in on these people who were committing criminal acts. He is a brilliant investigator. He has a genius-level intellect, and he has mechanical aptitude. Number 12, Guardian. Guardian, James Harper, first appeared in Star Spangled Comics number 7 in 1942. He grew up as an orphan on the streets of Suicide Slum during the Great Depression with his friend Leo. They committed petty theft to be able to get themselves some food. One day, James Harper was given a chance to train to be able to create a better life for him than the one that was presented for him. And he took the offer and trained for years. When he was a young adult, he returned to the streets of Suicide Slum to see how his best friend had been faring. His best friend Leo had been killed through random gang violence where he had killed someone and then another person had killed him in retaliation. And seeing something like this going on, he decided to join the police force. Earlier in his career, he found a chance to do some good, but could only act so far as a police officer. So he got himself a costume and was able to catch the criminals. He decided to keep the costume so that he would be able to do what he was not as a cop, because as a cop you could only go so far. He doesn't have any superhero powers, but he is proficient at gymnastics, hand-to-hand combat, mainly boxing. He is an avid investigator and a skilled marksman. Now, number 11 is one of the more underrated heroes in the DC universe, and I think it's unjustly so. So here's number 11, and when you hear the skills that he actually possesses, maybe you'll start thinking of him in a new way as well. Number 11 is Aquaman. Aquaman, Arthur Curry, first appeared in More Fun Comics number 73 in 1941. Aquaman was the son of Tom Curry and a woman named Atlanta. In his adolescence, Aquaman started to show his ability of increased strength and being able to breathe underwater. On his mother's deathbed, she confessed that she was an exiled queen of Atlantis and that Arthur, Aquaman, was next in line for the throne of Atlantis. After she died, his father, Tom Curry, started to encourage his abilities and teach him how to use his underwater abilities. After he trained and became a young man, he decided to not only take back his throne in Atlantis, but to remain a superhero. Now, Arthur Curry has a lot of amazing abilities. He has enhanced vision, hearing, and smell. He has superhuman strength, stamina, durability, and he is also heat resistance. He has superhuman speed and reflexes. Although he is not a metahuman, his enhanced reflexes do reach the level of a metahuman. One of his most well-known attributes is his marine telepathy, where he can communicate with any fish or aquatic life around him to help him out. His ability has become so proficient that he can even communicate with life on the aquatic life on the other side of the planet. He is a master swimmer, a trained combatant, an expert tactician, and an accomplished diplomat, which is important because he is the Prince of Atlantis. Okay, that's it for part 1 of the 2-parter video of DC heroes from the Golden Age. I hope you enjoyed this first part. As always, I enjoy making these videos. If you like this video and want to see more of the stuff I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it will also update you when my new videos come out. If you want to hit me on Facebook, I'll put the information into the credits. And if you'd like to read my Tumblr, which I update rather sporadically, but at least once or twice a week, I will put that information in the credits as well. And until next time, I'll see you.